Some European delegates at the G20 summit in Brazil have expressed regret that the meeting's official communique did not underscore Russia's responsibility for the Ukraine war. In a break with tradition, the leaders' declaration was published early amid reports that Brazil's president rushed it out before a fragile consensus over the statement could unravel. Kate Fisher reports from Rio de Janeiro.
Brazilian President Lula da Silva had sought to keep his country's presidency of the G20 focused on social issues and sustainable development, things like his global alliance against hunger and poverty. But the wars in the Middle East and Ukraine have overshadowed this summit, even escalated during it, with US President Joe Biden changing a long-held US policy to allow Ukraine to use American long-range missiles to fire into Russia, and that causing the Kremlin to lower its threshold for using nuclear weapons. And that has caused a lot of conflict between the nations here, and they were unable to come to a consensus on what to say about the Ukraine war in their final communique, eventually asking and calling for peace, but not going as far as condemning Russia. That's something that upset several European members, including Germany.
Aber nun ist der 1000. Tag dieses furchtbaren Krieges. 1000 Tage, in denen der russische Präsident, in denen Putin die Ukraine gnadenlos bombardieren lässt. 1000 Tage, in denen Frauen, Kinder und Männer in der Ukraine sterben. Und 1000 Tage, in denen Menschen für den blinden Größenwahn, für die Absicht, sein Land einfach mit Gewalt zu vergrößern, leiden müssen. Das ist dann zu wenig, wenn die G20 keine deutlichen Worte zur Verantwortung Russlands in dieser Frage finden. Das hätte ich mir gerne anders gewünscht.
Trying to find consensus among this diverse group of countries has been tricky, and as the Brazilian leader handed the presidency of the G20 over to South Africa, he alluded to the fact that there was still much more to be achieved.
Mesmo ciente de que apenas arranhamos a superfície dos profundos desafios que o mundo tem que enfrentar.
South Africa will now be in charge of leading the G20 to face those challenges, which could be even harder to surmount with a new, famously isolationist president in the White House. Kate Fisher, CNA, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil.